You guys know his first
Mr. Lee,
line.
good morning. How you doing today?
I'm all right.
All right. My name is Max Schardt. I represent Shannon Stillwell. Okay, and you know Shannon, correct?
Yeah.
All right. Cool. I want to ask you about this. The picture you just saw of the tombstone. You ever see that picture before today?
When they showed it to me, I think.
When who showed it to you?
She showed it to me last week, I think.
She being the prosecutor,
Yeah.
Miss Hilton.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So, and you on that vlog, I think you're calling it a vlog, you made a reference to a tombstone, correct?
Uh-huh.
All right, and were you referencing Donovan Thomas's tombstone?
No.
Okay. Well,
There you
let me
go.
just ask you about Donovan Thomas's tombstone, okay? Did you deface Donovan Thomas's tombstone?
No. I actually thought that was I thought somebody just made that. I didn't know somebody actually went there and did that to his real tombstone in real life.
So when you're saying you actually thought that, are you talking about when you made that vlog, you
No.
thought that, or?
I wasn't talking about that. I wasn't talking about his tombstone because I was talking about ESPN, and I said we wrote ESPN on the nigga tombstone. I never said we wrote Slack on the nigga tombstone. I ain't hear that in the video. So I wasn't talking about his tombstone.
Okay, so let me just ask you this. You said you personally did not deface any have you defaced any tombstones?
No.
Okay. Have you been present for the defacing of any tombstones?
No.
Okay. Regarding the picture you just saw on the screen of Donovan Thomas's, or the tombstone that said Donovan Thomas, do you personally know who did that?
No.
Okay. Do you know if it was one of your friends that did that?
I think I would know if they did that, but I don't know them doing that.
Do you know if it was another rapper who did that?
No, I never heard nobody. I never found out or heard nobody say they knew who did something like that.
Do you know if it was a fan who did that?
I don't know who did it.
Do you know when it was done?
No.
Okay. Mr. Lee, what is your profession?
Music.
Okay, you're a musical artist, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, and in common terms, you're a rapper, you're a hip hop artist, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. I want to ask you a little bit about your profession, okay? Is that okay? All right. When did you start deciding that maybe you wanted to be a musical artist? What age?
I think when I got out of high school, like 18, probably.
Okay.
Around 18,
Okay. Is that when you started, and how old are you now?
25.
Okay. Is that at age 18, is that when you started rapping and working on your craft, or had you been working on it beforehand?
I mean, I worked on it before, but that's when I took serious.
Well, I want to talk about before you started taking it
Okay.
serious. Okay. When did you start writing down lyrics?
8th grade.
8th grade. Okay. I understand that you, as an 8th grader, you might not have been taking it serious, or as you view serious as now. But if I asked 8th grade Mr. Wunnie Lee what he wants to be, did you want to be a rapper back then?
I think I did. I just didn't have confidence.
And did you grow up in the Cleveland Avenue area?
Yeah.
Okay. Were you the only person in your class who wanted to be a rapper?
No.
Okay. Did a lot of the young men and women, boys and girls that you went to school with, want to be rappers?
Yeah.
Okay. Is that a common dream in the neighborhood that you're from?
Yeah. It's almost the only dream.
Okay. Now, 8th grade, we're talking about age 13, is that fair?
I think so.
Okay, so and you testified that you started taking things serious at age 18, so we got about 5 years between 13 and 18. Were you doing music that entire time?
On and off.
Is that why you said you weren't taking it seriously?
Yeah, like on and off. I was doing music.
When did you start going to studios?
Real studios.
Any studios?
Told the 8th grade.
8th grade,
It was
okay.
a house studio though, like in somebody's house.
Where they have computers set up and
Yeah,
the
yeah.
ability to mix music and record, etc., but not at the level that you get from a commercial studio.
Right, yeah, it was in the closet.
Okay. All right. When you said you started taking it seriously at 18, what changed? What is different between 17 and 18-year-old Wunnie Lee as far as his music?
I mean, I was older, so I was able to go to real studios and see bigger things in music. I don't know. And it made me like, I guess because I was older and I was able to stay out longer or go to studios and stay out late with my friends at the studio. So it made me just like, I had the time to take it serious. I had the opportunity to take it serious now because I'm 18.
Gotcha. At some point, have you been able to sign a record deal?
Yeah,
Okay, who do you have a record deal with?
Animal Records,
And where are they based out of?
New York.
Do they have any sort of affiliation with YSL, the record label? Other than you?
Any at all? You saying like, I don't know.
Are they one and the same?
What do you mean?
Are they one and the same? Do the people that run YSL record label run Alamo?
No,
Okay, are they the same people? Do the people that run Alamo run YSL
no.
record label? Okay, all right. And what year did you sign with Alamo?
2018.
Okay,
I was 19.
okay.
I think it's 2018.
How many albums have you made in your career?
Tapes, 3.
3, okay. And when you say 3, how many songs have been released under?
On each one?
Yeah,
Maybe like 12 to 14 on each one.
okay. And you rhyme under the name SlimeLife Shawty, correct?
Yeah,
Okay. Have you had hit songs?
yeah.
Okay, could you tell me what your most popular songs are?
Don't worry, Baby Boy.
Don't Worry?
Yeah.
Okay. When was that released?
Like 2020 or 2021, one of those years.
Okay.
I think it was 2021.
As a signed artist, do you perform live?
Yeah.
Okay. How often do you perform live?
Whenever I get booked,
How often is that?
like every other weekend.
Okay. And how many people are you performing in front of on average?
I don't even remember the total. I'm just saying it's like whatever the club capacity or the venue capacity is, like that.
Thousands, is that fair to say?
Not thousands, but yeah.
Okay, about 1,000?
Yeah, 1,002, maybe, I don't know.
All right. Now, let me ask you this. As a signed artist, I'm not talking about when you were starting out, as a signed artist, do you have a team behind you at the record label?
Yeah.
Okay. Do they book your shows for you?
Management do that.
Okay. All right. Management does that. How about designing the graphics on your albums and things like that?
Yeah, they do that.
Okay. How about studio time? Who's in charge of booking studio time and paying for studio time?
Label and managers.
Okay. And your social media presence right now, do you have Instagram, Twitter, etc.?
Yeah.
Okay. And what is your moniker on Twitter, for instance? Is it SlimeLife Shawty?
I don't even know. I don't even run my Twitter. My label and team do that type of stuff.
That was my next question. So as a signed artist, are you responsible for the tweets that you put out?
No,
Are you responsible for the Instagram posts that you put out as a signed artist?
not 100% of them.
Okay. Does your record label utilize social media to garner their artist, you, attention?
Yeah, like they might feel like they know the best things to post or to say.
Is it part of a promotional plan?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. These studio sessions that you're able to have the label book for you now, are those, who pays for those?
The label do.
Okay. And are those typically at night or during the day?
It's really, you asking when do I book studios or when do
Yes.
people book studios?
When do you book studios?
Typically nighttime.
Okay.
Typically.
And just for my education, sometimes when people say, I'm at the Yo or I'm going to the Yo, what is the Yo?
Studio.
Okay, Yo is short for studio. Okay. Now, with what you have going on in the year 2024, with this label behind you, are you able to use your music to provide for your family
Yes.
and your children?
Yeah.
Okay, and do you view your music, your your experience in the music industry as a success?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I want to talk to you a little bit about your efforts to break into the music industry, okay? All right. In those years before you were signed, you said you went to people's houses to record.
Yeah.
Why did you go to people's houses as opposed to the studio?
I didn't have no money to book my own studio.
You didn't have the funds?
Yeah, I didn't have the funds to book a real studio session or my own studio session.
Okay, and when we're talking about booking a studio session, I think I know what you mean, but I want to make sure everyone does. You have to rent the room, correct?
Right.
And then you have to also pay an engineer.
Yeah, you got to pay the engineer. Yeah, like whatever he charged per hour.
Okay. So back then, when you didn't have those funds, you were recording in people's houses. How about your social media at the time? Alamo wasn't running your social media when you were, before you were signed, were they?
No,
Okay. Who was in charge of your social media?
me.
Okay. And did you try to use social media to increase the public's awareness of you as a rapper?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you tell me some ways in which you would do that?
I guess my name, SlimeLife Shawty.
Okay. Did you use hashtags?
Yeah.
Did you talk about upcoming projects that you had coming out?
Yeah.
Did you include pictures of you at the studio or maybe the home studio working on your craft?
Right. Yeah.
You wanted the people to know that you're on the grind, that you're producing music, correct?
Yeah.
You wanted people to know about you. Okay. Did you include references to YSL
Yes.
in your songs
Yeah.
and in your social media posts, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. And YSL, of course, is a label that at the time, you're younger than Jeffrey Williams, correct?
Yeah.
At the time when you were trying to make it through, YSL, in fact, had a very popular artist on that record label, correct?
Yeah.
Being Jeffrey Williams performing as Young Thug, correct?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Associating yourself with YSL is, in your experience, were you able to bring in fans and potential fans and get them to pay attention to you by doing that, by associating yourself with YSL?
Of course.
Okay. Was that part of your strategy?
Yeah. Yeah, I think so.
Okay. When you were just trying to make it, did you release songs on YouTube?
Yeah.
Okay, like we just saw a song performed by Shannon, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, and that song was on YouTube, correct?
Yeah.
All right, and it was only, I think, probably about 45 seconds long or something like that, shorter than the usual song, correct?
Right.
Okay, that sort of short song released on YouTube, is that something that before you made it, before you were signed, is that the type of thing that you would release on YouTube to get attention?
Yeah. Some videos on YouTube. Yeah.
That vlog, we keep calling it, A Night with YSL. I know that wasn't the label that you gave it. 46NN, it's in evidence. Is that the type of media that you would put on YouTube to garner attention to yourself?
Yeah, rappers do that.
Okay. Do you do that?
I was a part of that one.
Okay. Is that the only vlog you ever released to the internet?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I
So,
never really released no vlog. I mean, like, I didn't release it, but I guess, like, you know, the cameraman, the camera crew that be around or whatever, they release it and name it whatever they want to, but yeah.
but you took part in it.
Yeah, yeah.
You willingly took part in it, right? And you wanted people to see you on the internet because you thought that would boost your career and the number of people that would potentially buy your music, correct?
Yeah.
So, in your experience as an up-and-coming rapper, songs released to YouTube, that's part of the process, correct?
Yeah.
Blog posts with hashtags that reference YSL or other popular rappers, that's part of the process, correct?
Yeah.
Now, let's talk about your relationship with my client, Mr. Stillwell. What year did you meet Mr. Stillwell?
Probably 2019, maybe. I don't remember by heart.
Okay. you did not know him back 2014, 2015, 2016, is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. So in 2019, when you met him, would you consider him a friend?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, how often would you see each other back in 2019, 2020?
Whenever he came to the studio or somebody was shooting a video or something like that,
Okay.
or a show or something.
So you just named three things: Shannon coming to the studio, someone shooting a video, or at his show. Let's unpack that. First of all, it seems that you're saying that your relationship with Shannon, you were friends, but it revolved around music. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, that's how we met.
Okay. When you say at a show, whose show would you see him at?
Their show, when they performed their song, or my show, or anybody who had a show that was around, they were rapping.
Okay. Music videos. Has he ever been present at any of your music videos?
I think so. I don't know. I can't remember.
Have you been present at his?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Now, we talked, I think it's fair to say you're signed, and you're at a certain level in your career now in 2024. When you met Shannon in 2019, to your knowledge, was he signed to a record?
Not to my knowledge.
Okay. To your understanding, was he at that point in the process that you had been years before?
Yeah.
Trying to make it, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Trying to get attention,
Yeah.
trying to get eyes on him.
Objection, that is speculation.
Sustained.
Okay. You mentioned seeing him at the studio. In that year, 2019, 2020, that time frame, how many days a week would you be in the studio?
Maybe 4 or 5 days out of the week.
Okay. And at that point, these 4 or 5 days of the week, that's Alamo Records paying for your studio time at this point, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. And what studios would they rent for you?
It was different studios. I don't remember all the names of them though.
Okay. What area of towns were they in?
Like Atlantic Station, like Northside Drive area. I don't know. Yeah, around that area, Northside Drive somewhere.
Northside Drive, Atlantic Station. Were there any around Cleveland Avenue?
It was a studio in Cleveland, but it wasn't labeled. They didn't book it. It was just somebody we knew.
Okay. What about on Fulton Industrial?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Do you know an individual by the name of that goes by Mook Toven?
Right. Yeah.
Okay. Who is Mook? And that's Mooktoven. Who is Mook Toven?
That's the guy that had the studio on Cleveland Avenue at first. Then he moved around different places.
Is he someone that I guess your record label or an individual would contact to book a studio session?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Miss Knight, could you do me a favor? Could you publish 38NN? Okay. Mr. Lee, I want to talk to you about this post that the state has admitted as 38NN into evidence. Okay, Mr. Stillwell's not in this photo, correct?
All right.
All right. Now, I see you wearing a hoodie and a pair of shorts that say slat and keep America slime. And it has make crossed out and it says keep America slime.
Big Baby Jane, stay safe, and also wanted to read this out loud in case anybody's listening and is in the area that's under tornado watches. At least in the area Big Baby Jane is, there's a tornado popping up. So if you guys are in that area, look at your alerts and be safe, because that's scary.
Who made those clothes?
Miles.
Okay, when you say Miles, who's Miles? Miles, is that Miles Farley?
Yeah.
Okay. Is Miles Farley a rapper?
Nah.
Does he
He made
does he
some.
want to try to be sometimes?
He tried to be before.
Okay, but the reality is, he makes clothes.
Yeah.
That's how he makes a living, correct?
All right.
And he sells these clothes around Atlanta and around the world, correct?
All right.
Okay. And these particular clothes that you're wearing were in fact made by Miles Farley, correct?
Yeah.
And is Miles Farley a friend of yours?
Yeah.
Okay. So, and does Miles Farley, these clothes that he sells, is it limited to only people that are rappers for YSL? Or does he sell it to the public?
He said anybody who want to buy it.
Okay. And these clothes that you were wearing today, did Miles Farley, or clothes that you were wearing the date that this photo was taken, did Miles Farley give you those clothes to wear?
Yeah.
Okay. And did he ask you to wear them?
I'm pretty sure he probably wanted me to wear it.
And did you wear these clothes to do Miles Farley a favor?
Yeah.
To get his clothing brand out there so more people would buy those clothes
Right.
and so that he could make a living
Right.
in his lane of this hip hop universe, correct?
Yeah.
All right. Miss Knight, could you do me a favor and publish, where are we? No, excuse me, 39 NN.
Julie is recommending Ryan Hall or Max
sorry,
Velocity, who are
36
faster
I apologize.
than the National Weather Service. Crazy, but also
Okay,
great
let's
point.
talk about 36NN, State Exhibit 36NN. Who's in that photo?
Me and Shannon.
Okay. And where was this photo taken?
At the studio.
At the studio?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Do you see the words to the right, the caption?
Yeah.
And this is on OG Bull's page?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, those words, do those words look familiar to you?
Yeah.
And when I say the words, I'm saying F-U-C-K, the other side, put them on TVs about my dogs, going on. Those look familiar to you?
Yeah.
Whose words are those?
The lyrics to my song.
Those are lyrics to a song that you wrote?
Yeah.
Okay, what was the name of the song?
I would love it.
One more time?
Where's the love?
Okay, and what year was that song released?
It had to be in, I don't know when, but it had to be in 2020, I guess.
Okay.
I don't know.
Now, it says F the other side. When you wrote those lyrics, or when you performed those lyrics, were you speaking about a specific other side when you wrote that?
Specifically? No. I mean, no. I mean, not nobody in specific.
Okay, let me ask you this. Are you familiar with the term drill?
Yeah.
Rap? And you familiar with the term trap music?
Right. Yeah.
Okay. Would you agree that those are categories of hip hop, rap in the year 2024?
Yeah.
Okay, and it's kind of like an updated way of, it makes people that say like gangster rap seem a little old because now there's all these different subdivisions, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So this idea of the other side or ops, if I were to go on YouTube and just pull up random songs, random hip hop songs released in 2024, would I see hundreds of rappers talking about their ops?
Objection, speculation.
I don't know what the question's going to be.
Well, let me ask you this. I can fix it.
Okay.
In the year 2024, and even the years before, then leading to where we are today, has the concept or the theme of ops, is that a common theme in hip hop?
Objection, thing is a common theme.
To his knowledge, I'll permit it.
To your knowledge?
Everybody got ops when they make music.
Right. So rappers, you've seen rappers in Atlanta use the term ops.
And music, yeah.
You've seen rappers in other cities use the term ops.
Yeah.
You've seen rappers in London, England, or other countries using the term ops, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. There's nothing unique about the term ops
No, not
in,
me.
in music by YSL or music by SlimeLife Shawty or anything else. That's a common theme, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can just use it how you want to use it.
So in this song, where the lyrics are in front of it, and these are up until, where do your lyrics stop on this post?
Where it says dog with 2 exclamation marks.
Not my dog. Okay, so from the beginning to the 2 exclamation points, those are your lyrics. So you talk about putting people on TVs about my dogs, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's a reference to creating a news report about someone being harmed or killed, right? That's what you're saying as an artist.
Yeah, it could be, yeah.
Okay. Have you ever killed anyone?
No.
Okay. Was what you said in that lyric fiction?
Yeah.
Is a lot of your music fiction?
Yes.
Okay. So here on this post, we have a picture of you and Shannon at the studio, and Shannon posting lyrics that you wrote, correct?
Yeah.
And that you are telling us now you wrote them as a work of fiction. They're not true, correct?
All right.
All right, let's talk about hashtag NSLB. That stands for No Slime Left Behind, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. And that was
Slime
in
Left
fact
Behind.
a title of one of your albums, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. And when you say No Slime Left Behind, why did you choose that as an album for 1 year, or the title for one of your albums?
Because I feel like slime is a popular thing to push in music, I guess.
Okay. The Left Behind part, have you growing up in Cleveland Avenue, have you seen some of your friends left behind?
A lot of them.
Okay. Does that make you feel good that some of your friends have been left behind?
Nope.
Okay. 2Bs. Hashtag 2Bs. What does 2B stand for?
Big business.
Big business?
Yes, sir.
And that's a phrase that you often say to people, correct?
All right.
You personally are synonymous with that phrase, big business. Correct?
Yeah.
Okay, and what does big business mean to you?
You're doing it big. Whatever you do it big. Whatever business you in, make it big, make it count.
And then we see a thanks for an exclusive AWS hat and for this crazy AWS one of none hoodie. Do people, when you're in the studio creating music, do people bring you clothing and just give it to you to market their, much the way Miles Farley does? Is that common?
Yeah.
Is that what Miles Farley does?
Objection, speculation.
Overruled.
Answer that.
Yes.
Is that what you do? Like, give me clothes to wear, give people clothes and stuff like that?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
And he comes to the studio to hand out those clothes often, correct?
Yeah.
All right. All right. Could I, Ms. Knight, could you now kindly put up 37 and end?
Oh, this picture. Now, real quick, I wonder if you guys were watching the screen. Max Schardt kind of like leaned back as if Miss Knight was trying to ask him something. I wonder if Miss Knight was like, "Are you sure is this good to put up on the screen?" Because look what picture it is.
Okay.
Look what picture.
Mr. Lee, 37, and that is my client Shannon in the picture, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. And in this, it says, ain't none more compatible than a trench, a carbon while in the trenches, correct?
Yeah.
All right. And then afterwards, it says, and this was posted September 18, 2020, correct?
I don't see the date, but I guess.
Okay. Well, let me ask you this. Does it have the same hashtag, no slime left behind in
Oh,
two
yeah.
Ds?
Yeah.
Okay. And I also see on the bottom, hashtag book in riches on the way. Book in Riches was a song that Shannon was working on back in 2020, correct?
All right.
One of the songs that he was working on, correct?
All right.
How often would, you said that Alamo would book you studio time, how many days a week? If you answered, I'm sorry, I forgot what your answer was. How many days a week would
You
you
said
be in
how
the
often
studio?
would they?
Yeah, no, how often would you be in the studio?
About 4 or 5 days out of the week.
Okay. And now, how often would you see, you said you see Shannon at the studio a lot. How often would you see Shannon at your studio sessions?
Maybe half of that time.
Okay. So 2 to 3 times a week, is that fair to say?
Yeah.
Okay, and the reality is, Alamo was paying for your studio sessions, but other people could show up at your studio sessions and try to get a little time on the mic with the engineer, correct?
Right.
And try to work on their craft when they didn't necessarily have the resources or the company or the label behind them to support them, correct?
Yeah.
Is that what Shannon was doing?
Yeah.
Objection, speculation.
Sustained.
Okay. Book and Riches is a project that you knew him to be working on?
Yeah, I think it was a project, a tape.
And OTW stands for On the Way, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so back when you were trying to make it, before you had Alamo behind you, you used to make posts on Instagram, correct?
Yeah.
You used to hashtag your projects
Yeah.
and try to let the public know that you're working on something, right?
All right.
And you would want the most views you could for your post, correct?
All right.
You'd want it out there. You'd want it reposted,
Yeah.
okay? And that's where association with Slime and Slat and YSL was able to work for you, correct?
Yeah.
Great point, Max.
Affiliating yourself musically with YSL led to a whole nother unaffiliated record label signing you to a contract, didn't it?
Yeah.
Because you had been able to demonstrate to them that you had the grassroots following that would make you a wise investment for those people in New York, correct?
Yeah.
All right. And part of growing that grassroots following is the social media posts, the hashtags, the free studio time,
Yeah.
the wearing the clothes, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Have you heard other rappers completely unrelated to Cleveland Avenue, Atlanta, Georgia, Jeffrey Williams, use the term slime, slat in their raps?
Yeah.
Mr. Lee, you still with me?
Yeah. I said yeah.
Have you seen athletes wipe their nose
Yeah.
to celebrate a sack or a touchdown?
Yeah.
I beg the court's indulgence.
Great. Very clean and honestly concise cross because we still had testimony from 2 weeks ago at this point to cross on. Nothing further. There
I
you
have no
go.
further
That's
questions.
Max
Thank you,
Schardt's
Mr. Lee.
cross.
All right,
What do
Mr.
you guys
Weinstein, do you
think?
have questions? All right, go ahead.